Introducing one of the most infamous fictional novels in American literature, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. By Mark Twain. The novel, set in antebellum America, cleverly addresses the ever-prominent issues of racism and religion in American society. As a protagonist, a white Southern boy named Huckleberry Finn travels on the Mississippi River accompanied by a runaway slave known by the name of Jim. How is it possible that these two characters, who are complete opposites, decide to embark on such an eventful journey together? It is because they shared a mutual interest in freedom. Huck wants freedom from the civilized lifestyle of society, and Jim, obviously, wants freedom from the slavery that is deep-rooted within the same society. On their journey, they encountered many peculiar people, amongst which are the Grangerfords and the Shepherdsons, who are constantly at each other's throat due to a long but somewhat meaningless family feud. Like most other white Southern families, these two illustrious clans own numerous slaves and attend church every Sunday. All is fine and dandy as they listen to a beautiful sermon about brotherly love, with guns between their knees, of course.
By depicting the presence of guns in a place of worship that commends brotherly love, Mark Twain effectively uses incongruity, a form of satire, to point out the absurdity of the Grangerfords and the Shepherdsons' contradictory actions in the context of their shared religious belief. This mocks the hypocrisy of some religious followers, as they often deem themselves to be righteous because of their faith, yet shamelessly engage in wrongdoings, which in their case are murder and slavery. These are not the only offenses that Twain identifies. As Huck and Jim continued on their journey, they witnessed a man known as Colonel Sherburne kill a drunk named Boggs after he was continually provoked. Although the bystanders were briefly bothered by the incident, they were still distracted by their newfound fame, as those who were absent from the scene flocked around them to hear a first-hand account of the excitement.
Eventually, a mob decided to confront Colonel Sherburne about his crime. Unexpectedly, however, the colonel humiliated his pursuers by accusing them of being cowards who only found strength in large numbers. Thus, the crowd quickly dispersed.
Through this ironic turn of events in which the pursuers become the victims, Mark Twain once again utilized satire to characterize the townspeople who represent typical Americans as gutless followers or sheeps. Why sheeps, you may ask? Because they follow the mob mentality and do not decide for themselves the morality of their actions. They travel in herds because alone they do not have the courage to do anything. This satire, as well as Colonel Sherburne's monologue, outlined the cowardly yet cruel nature of the average man. However, Twain also contrasts these despicable qualities by showing the more admirable traits of mankind through Huck, who, despite his superior status, treated and respected Jim, a lowly slave, as a friend. Their relationship embodies Twain's ideology of coexistence and harmony between the races. Twain intended the novel to act as a catalyst for American reform by inducing self-reflection upon his audience's thoughts and actions. Thus, the infamy of the novel is justified because behind the disguise of a seemingly lighthearted story, Mark Twain confronted the great flaws found in human nature and reasoning, which accumulated to form deep-rooted and widespread social problems such as violence and discrimination in American society that still persist to this day.